Hello and welcome back to Building on a Budget Models. This is the full build version of the Fujimi Pit Crew Set B in 1/20th scale. This is based on the Ferrari 2007 Pit Crew, however I am going to be making some modifications to suit the 2006 car. Firstly, there's various different figures in this. Every single one of them is slightly different. It's important to sand off any mould seams, and also it can help to sort of rough up some of the joins. In this case I'm using Tamiya standard poly cement. This set creates 3 fuel men, the front and rear jack men, 2 mechanics that went on either side to sort of clear out things from the side pods and help the driver, and the Lollipop man. And yes, I checked, that is his definite name. As each figure is slightly different, I'm using this paint pen to mark them up A, B, C, D and so forth, so that I can match the torso to the legs later on when I'm putting them together. There's a little bit of flash here and there. This is about a 15-year-old kit, so that's to be expected. Also, it's Fujimi. Now this one here is the Lollipop man, and you'll notice that on his left arm he doesn't have a hand, and that's so that you can attach it onto the Lollipop later on. I'm going to construct the bodies like so, and then I'm going to prime them in white, and then I hand paint these using Revell acrylics. I find the standard Tamiya cement is fine for this job, as the joins don't have to be as precise as maybe they would do on a model. So this is the front jack here. You can see the middle's painted in gloss red, the rest is silver, and then I'm doing the wheels in semi-gloss black. You then put this support base onto the front, and then there is a yellow decal pointing down, which goes straight down the middle. The fuel pipe here is all done in silver, and then this wire that goes all around it needs to be done in semi-gloss black. Then it secures together in 3 parts. I'm using super glue gel to do this. And then the nozzle at the front, that goes together in 4 parts. The colour instructions for this were missing, so I looked at an example of a real one to sort of work out that some of it should be red, and then also there's this kind of metallic blue section on the end of the nozzle. That all goes together like so. There's a few Shell V-Power decals which can go onto here. Some setting solution or micro sol is very useful because this is not a flat surface. Here you can see they are now primed white. I then draw around some sections on it, which I'm going to leave white. I used an example of a Ferrari Pit Crew overalls, which I found for sale on the internet, to make sure that I got the shapes as close to the real ones as possible. This is red matte acrylic from Revell, goes down very nicely, and then I'm using a stone grey, also from Revell, for the patches that go on the back of the gloves. A very thin brush here to go down the tops of the fingers. Here's the race suit I'm using as a design. You may have seen my recent video about making my own decals. If you haven't, please do watch it. I can show you exactly how I did these. Using a transparent one on the torso here to go over the white, and the rest of them are white backed decals. Some of the decals from the 2007 sets did still work, such as the Bridgestone sponsorship and some of the Shell decals and the AMD ones. but the rest of them, especially these Marlboro decals and the Vodafone decals, had to be replaced with my own ones. Use these small kit decals that go on the back of the hand, as I wasn't happy with the ones I printed at that scale. Then I used the kit AMD decals on the arms, but my own Vodafone and Marlboro decals. Again, Micro Sol helps these adhere to the creases and folds on the uniform as best as possible. Pretty happy with that. And when it came to the helmet, it was done in gloss red. I then did the visor in semi-gloss black and the kind of chin strap bit in matte red. Used some kit decals here to try and match the design of the 2006 helmet, and also used some of my own little Scuderia Ferrari decals on there and a little Puma logo on the chin. When it came to doing the legs, I did most of them in red, but I went around the Puma pattern and the laces on the feet to make these look as close to the real trainers used by the team as possible. Once I was happy with the red and white, I then did a little bit of acrylic semi-gloss black for the soles of the shoes. Had to be very careful not to let it get onto the rest of the shoes, so kind of close look, just sort of wiped anything off with my thumb like that. Now the fuel pump operators had full face helmets like so, spray painted in Italian red gloss, and then you've got this circular decal that goes around the top. Now this has the barcode to hide the Marlboro logos. So what I did was I applied it, but then I had already photocopied this, scanned it into the computer, and found Marlboro logos that were the right sort of curved shape. I then cut these out after printing them. These are on white backed paper, so they cover up the decals that are on there already. Made sure that they were the right size and shape to go over the existing decals, and then just put them straight on top of the decals on that white ring. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Now for the Lollipop, I had to do this twice because I initially did it the wrong way up. I added one of my own little Scuderia Ferrari decals to the top, then the brake decal goes underneath, and then for some reason the Brembo decal underneath that is upside down. Now the other side had a mirror effect, so I used some of this aluminium tape, which I've used in the past, pushed that down to make it as flat as possible, and then put the clutch decal in the middle of that, like so. Now it was time to start fitting some of these figures together. It's a good idea to put things in their hands dry fit first without any glue to make sure that you're happy with the positions of the arms and so forth. These were mainly super glued together. This one needs to have the pipe going through the middle of his legs. This is the rear jack, much smaller than the front one. This is why it's a good idea to test fit the position of these hands of the mechanics before you've painted them or anything like that. That way you can always move them around later on. Stands, that's good. Now then for the Lollipop here, I put it into his left hand and then glued that on, and this was not glued, so that means that you can rotate the Lollipop if you want. Now here is all of the set B being put into place, not so many in this one as in the other one, with the 248 Ferrari from 2006 with the Schumacher driver figure already in place. And additionally to this, here it is with the set A for the tyre mechanics as well. Very, very busy scene. What I'm going to have to do is find a display base or case or something like that to put all of this in, show it off in the best way possible. And there we have it. Thank you very much for watching. Please do let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you think this should go in a case or I should make a display base or something like that. Please do hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you soon.